Have you ever looked at the deserts of Egypt and wondered what secrets are still buried beneath the sands? I'm not talking about another pharaoh's tomb or a forgotten temple. I'm talking about something so profound, so earth-shattering, it could rewrite everything we think we know about human history. Well, get ready, because a recent discovery might just be that key. It all started in a remote, unmarked area just outside the Fayum region. For months, local villagers had been reporting strange occurrences. At night, they would hear deep, rhythmic vibrations coming from beneath the desert floor. It wasn't the sound of an earthquake. It was different. They described it as a low hum, almost like a giant machine, or something alive, sleeping deep underground. Naturally, the authorities and mainstream experts dismissed these stories as local folklore, nothing more than superstition born from the desert's silence. But one small, independent research team thought otherwise. They decided to listen. They brought in ground-penetrating radar and, more importantly, managed to get access to high-resolution satellite imagery. What they found was staggering. The initial scans were inconclusive, showing nothing but sand and rock. But when they calibrated their equipment to look deeper, much deeper, an anomaly appeared. Hidden 40 meters beneath the surface were clear, symmetrical structures. These weren't natural formations, the sharp angles, the perfect lines. It was undeniably artificial. This was the moment everything changed. The whispers of the villagers were no longer just stories, they were clues. An expedition was quickly and quietly assembled. The team began excavating at the location pinpointed by the satellite data. As they dug deeper, they didn't find pottery shards or the remnants of a small settlement. They found something monumental. They hit solid, impossibly large stone blocks. We're talking about monolithic stones, each estimated to weigh over 80 tons, far heavier than the blocks used in the Great Pyramid of Giza. They were cut with a precision that baffled modern engineers and arranged in a pattern that seemed to have no connection to known Egyptian architecture. But the most mind-blowing part was their alignment. These massive structures weren't oriented to the north, south, east, or west. They were perfectly aligned with the stars in the constellation of Orion. Now, we know the pyramids at Giza also have a connection to Orion, but here's the twist. Preliminary dating of the surrounding geological layers suggested this site was thousands of years older than the pyramids. This discovery implied that someone, long before the pharaohs, had advanced astronomical knowledge and the technology to move and place these colossal stones with celestial precision. As the team ventured further into the structure, they found walls covered in intricate carvings. But this wasn't hieroglyphics. It wasn't any known ancient language. The symbols were complex, a mix of geometric patterns and elegant flowing script that no one on the team could decipher. It was a completely unknown form of writing from a civilization that, according to our history books, shouldn't have existed. Among the hundreds of mysterious symbols, one carving stood out, and it's the image that has kept me up at night. It depicted a figure that looked remarkably human, with its arms outstretched, but it wasn't standing before a god or an animal. It was standing before a large, disc-shaped object that was hovering in the air, radiating lines of light, a flying craft. The scene was unambiguous. It wasn't a sun disk or a mythological symbol. It was a clear depiction of technology. So, the questions became overwhelming. Who built this place? A lost, hyper-advanced civilization that predates ancient Egypt, a civilization that was somehow erased from the historical record. And why was this incredible structure buried so deep, hidden from the world? Was it buried by its creators to protect it, or was it buried by someone else to hide it? Some researchers who have seen the leaked data propose a radical theory that this is definitive proof of an antediluvian civilization, a culture like the mythical Atlantis, which possessed technology far beyond our own, a civilization that was wiped out by a great cataclysm, leaving behind only fragmented clues like this one. Others suggest a more conspiratorial angle. They believe that governments and mainstream institutions have known about sites like this for decades and are actively suppressing the evidence to prevent mass panic and the collapse of our established religious and historical belief systems. The story takes an even darker turn from here. One of the lead archaeologists on the dig, a respected but notoriously curious professor, began acting erratically. He spent hours alone in the structure, meticulously documenting the unknown language in his private journal. The last entry he made, which was later leaked by a source within the team, is chilling. He wrote, "They were not from here. The energy is still present. If the world knew what's truly buried in this place, everything would change. Our entire understanding of who we are is a lie." A week after writing that, he vanished without a trace. No one has seen or heard from him since. Almost immediately after his disappearance, everything went into lockdown. The Egyptian military descended on the site, sealing it off completely. They declared it a restricted military zone, and all access was forbidden, even to other archaeological teams. The official story was that they were protecting a sensitive, yet-to-be-announced national treasure. But the level of security seemed extreme for a simple archaeological find. We're talking armed guards, high fences, and constant patrols. The flow of information stopped. But in the age of the internet, secrets are hard to keep. Despite the lockdown, information continues to trickle out. Anonymous sources have leaked more photos. Satellite images from private companies show what appear to be new construction activities at the site. Not for excavation, but for sealing it. Some of the clearest images show large entrances to the underground structure, which now appear to be plugged with massive amounts of modern concrete. They aren't just guarding it, they're trying to bury it again, permanently. This raises a terrifying question. Could this be the real reason why so many areas in Egypt are off limits to the public and even to most archaeologists? We're told it's to preserve the sites, but could it be that they're hiding something else? Are there ancient technologies, powerful artifacts, or truths about our origins buried beneath our feet that are deemed too dangerous for us to know? Are we being protected from a truth we can't handle? Or are we being controlled by those who fear losing their power if that truth comes out? I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm here to present the fragments of a story that is being actively suppressed, a story of strange vibrations, impossible architecture, a lost language, and a technology that defies our timeline. I'll let you be the judge. Now, as I promised, I'm going to show you some of the leaked images, the satellite scans showing the symmetrical structure, the close-up of the undeciphered script, and the controversial carving of the figure and the flying craft. Look closely. But remember what the professor wrote. Some secrets, perhaps, were never meant to be uncovered. What do you think? Is this the biggest cover-up in human history? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more mysteries that lie just beneath the surface of what we're told, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to explore more mysteries that lie just beneath the surface of what we're told, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.